Good morning. Welcome to another One Mind meditation. Our teacher for this week is Jaya John. His writing is absolutely beautiful. And the title for today's message is, don't just observe the revolution, be the revolution. What does Jaya John mean by that? Let's get into his message. Let's unpack. Don't just observe the revolution, be the revolution. Have you ever felt the warmth of the sun on your skin after a long, cold night? Take a moment to put yourself in that space. After a long, cold night, feeling the warmth of the sun on your skin. That's the kind of energy Jaya John urges us to bring to the world. In today's message, he urges us to remember who we are, luminous beings radiating our own unique light. Sunmary, good morning. Beatrix, good morning. Hello, beautiful people. Great seeing you. John's message is a call to revolution, not a violent overthrow, but a personal transformation. It's about recognizing the inherent light within each of us and fostering it in others. Anthony, hello, good evening. Great seeing you, dude. Jaya John says, if you see someone who has good light, thank them for it. It will help them keep the light on. I love those words so much. I think this is what we all try to do, right? If you see someone who has good light, thank them for it. It will help them to keep the light on. When someone is radiating that light, we don't always know what it takes them to radiate that light. So we should tell them that we see it. We should tell them that we notice it. And that will probably help them keep that light on. Charlene, good morning. Hello, great seeing you. Jaya John says, the way the sun feels on your skin after a cold night, arrive like that to every soul. Bring that light to every soul. He says, you are the sun in your solar system. Believe in your own light. Today's message from Jaya John is clear. Remember who you are. You are light. And the revolution is this, to recognize the light in you and those around you. Hold yourself in the light that you are and call those around you to their own light. And when you have stepped up to your own light, you will remember that you are love. You don't need to seek it, just be it. Jaya John reminds us, spend your life loving, not seeking love. Ocean, not seeking water. Remember who you are and don't allow anyone to make you feel any less. The next thought from Jaya John is, if being appropriate means conforming to a deeply pathological society, then be wildly inappropriate. Don't observe the revolution, be the revolution. Annihilate your old self, give birth to your original soul. Give birth to your original soul. Raise it. Remember who you are. And it's okay if you don't feel ready. We seldom do, but you're going to have to believe. You're going to just have to have faith that your soul knows who you are and that you can surrender to its inner guidance. Jaya John says, you will never feel ready for the blessings that scare you most. I want you to remember this. I'll read it again. You will never feel ready for the blessings that scare you the most. Readiness has nothing to do with it. Remember who you are, and if you have trouble remembering, you're going to have to learn to trust. Trust that your soul knows the truth of who you really are. Trust in your original soul. Today's meditation is called Finding Inner Wisdom. It is an exercise of trying to put ourselves into the place where we know that we can trust. We can trust our soul, trust that our soul knows who we are. And just a moment, I've realized that I have not plugged in my laptop, and it will die on me through this meditation. So give me a moment to try and fix that. This might take more than a moment. There we go, almost there. Now at least there won't be a black screen staring back at me. All right, we are indeed ready to go. You can close your eyes and we'll float away together on today's journey. Starting with the first few big breaths. Let's take a deep breath in and out. A deep breath in and out. A deep inhale and let it go. Deep breath in and out. One more big breath in and let it all flow away. You can continue the same breathing pattern on your own time. Every slow inhale through your nose gets drawn all the way deep down into your belly. And as you fill up your belly with air, also stretch out your spine. As you breathe in, bring the top of your head closer to the ceiling. And once you've reached your full height, let all of it go. With every exhale, soften. With every breath out, soften your spine, slump down your shoulders, and even drop your head. While you continue your full body breathing, feel your body rise with every inhale and feel your body fall with every exhale. Jaya John's message this morning speaks about knowing who we are, trusting who we are. He uses the words, give birth to your original soul. Let your soul come to the surface. Bring your soul forth. And live from that place is what he suggests. In essence, he says, trust your soul. Trust that your soul knows who you are. And rightly so, he says, we may not feel ready, but we will never feel ready. So the only course of action open to us is, even though we don't feel ready, trust that your soul is. Can you give yourself over to the guidance of your soul? In today's meditation, we will use a teaching by Paul Selig. We'll say Paul Selig and the Guides, because he always speaks about listening to the guides and hearing these teachings from the guides. So can you find yourself softening so deeply that you find yourself sitting at the feet of your soul? Can you open yourself to listening to the guidance from your soul? We'll take the last few big breaths of this phase together, helping our bodies stretch, adjust, and settle down into as much comfort as possible for the rest of our journey. Take a deep breath in. As you release, drop your head all the way forward and roll out your neck muscles forward and to the left and forward and to the right. Make it big, half circles. Take a deep breath in. As you release, roll your shoulders forward in big, slow circles. Take a deep breath in. As you release, roll your shoulders backwards in big circles, nice and slow. Take a deep breath in. As you release, focus on your spine. See if you're able to tilt your head to the left while you tilt your hips to the right, curving your spine into an S from your head down to your tailbone. And then see if you can switch sides. Tilt your head to the right. Tilt your hips to the left. This takes just a bit of coordination. Try it again. Tilt your head to the left. Tilt your hips to the right. And switch one more time. One more big breath in. And as you release, you can stretch or move or adjust any part of your body that still needs a bit of help settling down. Having softened our bodies into a state of presence, or at least becoming as present as we possibly can find ourselves being right now, we can now turn our attention inwards and dive deep inside for the next part of our journey. With every next inhale, we'll hold our breath for a few short moments, followed by a really long, really slow exhale. If you don't have the time to sit for the whole meditation with us, then this is always a good place to stop. But if you are here for the whole journey, let's take the next few big breaths together. Take a deep breath in and hold. As you release, make it a really long, really slow exhale. Take a deep breath in and hold. As you release, feel into your body. Feel softness slip into your body. And feel softness settle in every part of your body. Take a deep breath in and hold. As you release, follow the downwards flow through your body. Feel your shoulders slowly falling. Feel your body slowly softening. And feel how you are slowly slipping deeper into you. One more big breath in and hold. And as you release, feel yourself melting. Feel your whole body dissolving. Feel how you are slipping into a deeper level of surrender with every slow exhale. You can continue the same breathing pattern on your own time. Every slow inhale through your nose is an invitation. It invites you to turn inwards and follow this journey. As you breathe in, feel the air flow in through your nostrils. Feel the air touch the back of your throat. Stay with your breath as it flows in through your lungs. And as you fill up the balloon inside your belly, feel yourself slip all the way in. Hold your breath. But hold it only for as long as it feels easy, followed by a really long, really slow exhale. With your next big breath, as you dive deep into you, ask yourself the question, can I get better at listening to the wisdom from my soul? Take your next big breath. As you take your next big breath, as you dive deep into you, entertain this thought. The thought of sitting at the feet of your soul and listening. Sitting at the feet of your soul and listening to guidance. Take your next big breath. What would that look like? Would your mind allow you to create an image of what it would look like if you could dive so deep into you that you find yourself sitting in the presence of higher wisdom, sitting at the feet of your soul and listening? What would that look like? Take your next big breath. In today's journey, we're using a teaching from Paul Selig, a teaching that he says he gets from the guides, his guides. And this teaching asks us to claim 3 truths, to claim these truths as 3 statements, very simple statements. The statements are, I know who I am. I know what I am. And I know how I serve. A very simple teaching. But this teaching also acknowledges that sometimes we don't really get it. Sometimes we don't really know what this means. And this teaching guides us to trust that our soul knows. Our soul knows what these mean. And we can just claim them while we trust our soul. Take your next big breath. So can you be curious about the exercise? Can you be open and ask yourself, what would my soul want to tell me if I could listen? And if you're ready, with your next big breath, as you dive deep into you, claim the first truth. Claim the first statement. I know who I am. Can you say the words in your mind again and again? I know who I am. Can you bring those words down into your body, into your heart, and let your heart feel those words? I know who I am. Take your next big breath and say it a few more times. I know who I am. And then just give that to your soul. Ask your soul, what does this mean? As you take your next big breath and dive deep into you, ask the question, ask it to your soul, and trust that your soul knows. The question is, who is it that I am? Can you ask the question and then completely relax? Can you ask the question and not try and use your brain to find an answer, but be curious about how your soul would answer this? That also means you're not desperate for an answer right now. And if nothing comes right now, you can surrender to that as well. But can you trust that your soul knows? and that you will be guided. The question is, hey soul, could you tell me, who is it that I am? Take your next big breath and listen. The next truth to claim for yourself, trusting that your soul knows, is, I know what I am. There is a difference. The first claim was, I know who I am, and the second claim is, I know what I am. Could you claim these words, trusting that your soul knows? As you take your next big breath and dive deep into you, try it. Say it to yourself a few more times. I know what I am. Bring those words into your body, into your heart, and feel them there. I know what I am. Take your next big breath. And then we're turning it into a question and asking our soul to speak. As you take your next big breath and dive deep into you, the question is, hey soul, what is it that I am? I'd like to hear your version. I'd like to have some guidance from you. What is it that I am? And now take your next big breath and listen. And the third truth, the third claim, is I know how I serve. Can you say those words? Can you claim them a few more times? I know how I serve. Take those words into your body, into your heart. How does it feel in your heart when you say these words? I know how I serve. Take your next big breath. This claim, this statement, this truth often causes the most confusion. So as you take your next big breath and dive deep into you, have this conversation with your soul. Ask the question, say, hey, soul, I'd like to know your answer. How is it that I serve? I need some guidance here. How is it that I serve? Then take your next big breath and listen. Can you trust that your soul knows? And that even if the answer is not clear right now, you will continue to be guided. We'll take one more big breath together to slip out of the breath holding space and into the next. Take a deep breath in and hold. And as you release, feel yourself slip all the way through. There is no more attention on your breathing. You can sit all the way back or even lie all the way back down and feel yourself just floating. I'll read to you again these few thoughts from Jaya John this morning. He says, if you see someone who has good light, thank them for it. It will help them keep the light on. I try and do this, but I want to set the intention again to when I recognize the light in another human to say it. To let them know that I see it. And that might just be the encouragement they need to keep that light on. Jaya John says, the way that the sun feels on your skin after a cold night, arrive like that to every soul. Isn't that beautifully said? Arrive like that light to every soul. He says, you are the sun in your solar system. Believe in your own light. Spend your life loving, not seeking for love. Be the ocean, not seeking for water. And he reminds us that you will never feel ready for the blessings that scare you the most. Readiness has nothing to do with it. Give birth to your original soul. Trust that your soul knows. Trust that your soul is ready. And surrender to the guidance from your soul. I know who I am. I know what I am. And and I know how I serve. Ask your soul to remind you. We have the last 5 breaths of gratitude to do together. With every exhale, I'll say my thank you, and I invite you to say yours. Take a deep breath in. Thank you for feeling connected to the presence of my soul. Take a deep breath in. Thank you for the reminder that I don't have to search for love. I don't have to seek for love. I only have to love. Because that is what my soul is. It is the radiation of love from inside of me. Take a deep breath in. Thanks for the reminder that on autopilot I will likely be searching for water forever if I don't remember that my soul is ocean. I don't need to seek water. I need to remember I am ocean. Take a deep breath in. Thank you for the beautiful light from the people around us. Thank you for the reminder to let them know we see it. One more big breath in. Thank you for learning to trust that my soul knows, and trust that your soul knows, because your soul knows. Good morning, Vivian. It's awesome seeing you. Thanks for joining us. Chanel, hello. It's great seeing you. Thanks for popping in again. Tembi, hello. It's great seeing you. It's very, very good to have you with us again. Hope you're having a great day. Maggie, a very good morning. Always awesome having you here. Thank you, Anthony. Thank you, Beatrix. Thank you, Sunmuddy. I don't know if I've seen Danae this morning, but perhaps she's in the background. Thank you, Danae. All the beautiful people. Have a beautiful day. Ciao, ciao.